Good evening, friends. Welcome back to Stories with Pastor Macy and Wesley. We got behind yesterday. We have done a great job until then, but we missed a story yesterday. So we are doing two today and catching up. This morning we did a story about Goggles the Flying Bear. And today, this afternoon, again today, we are doing a story called Hanukkah, the Festival of Lights. It is a little golden book, and it does a great job of describing the history behind Hanukkah. Earlier last week, we read a story about the Hanukkah bear and about how Hanukkah gets celebrated today. But we are going to read about some of the history. Are you ready? Let's go! Hanukkah, the Festival of Lights by Bonnie Bader, illustrated by Joni Stone. Tonight, we celebrate Hanukkah, the Festival of Lights. We light the menorah. We eat potato pancakes called latkes. We spin the dreidel. We celebrate Hanukkah for 8 nights. But why? Why, Wesley? Why? The story of Hanukkah comes from something that happened a long time ago to the Jewish people in the land of Israel. King Antiochus was ruler of all the land, but he did not like the Jewish people because they did not dress, eat, or pray the same way that he did. The Jewish people prayed in the temple. They read from a special book called the Torah, what we call the Old Testament. And they celebrated Shabbat and other holidays together in the temple. A beautiful menorah made of gold stood tall in the temple. To light it, holy oil was poured into the cups. The light sparkled and glowed, filling the temple with warmth and love. But one day, King Antiochus announced that the Jewish people could not celebrate their holidays or even read from the Torah. He ordered his soldiers to attack the temple. Oh no! The soldiers broke the beautiful menorah. They even smashed the jars filled with holy oil. Then the king's men set up statues in the temple so they could worship their own false gods. The Jews still studied from the Torah, but in secret. When the king's soldiers appeared, they would quickly hide the Torah and pretend they were just playing a game of dreidel. There's their dreidel, and over here you can see their hidden Torah. The day came when a group of Jewish soldiers called the Maccabees decided to try to get the temple back. They went to war against King Antiochus and his men. But how could the small group of Maccabees defeat the king's big army? The Maccabees did not give up. They fought until they won. Then the Jewish people were able to return to their temple. But when they got inside, they found a big mess waiting for them. With the Maccabees' help, the people cleaned up and fixed the damaged temple. And while they were cleaning, they found a small jar of holy oil. The people built a beautiful new menorah. When the menorah was finally lit, no one thought that the holy oil would last more than 1 day. To their surprise, it lasted 8 days. It was a miracle. Now, menorahs hold enough candles to celebrate the Hanukkah miracle. We light the menorah for 8 days, and remember the brave Maccabees. We thank God for the miracle of Hanukkah as we watch the light from the candles fill our family with warmth and love. The end. As Christians, we don't celebrate Hanukkah, the festival of lights. We celebrate Jesus. And that also we also celebrate at Christmas time, not just the birth of Jesus, but the warmth and the love that he brought to our world when he became incarnate as a baby. And I think that we should know about Hanukkah because Hanukkah also celebrates one of God's miracles as he looked after his special people, the Jewish people, the Israelites. And a lot of fun things go along with Hanukkah, the spin the dreidel game, and a lot of fried foods, because remember, it was the holy oil that lasted those 8 days, which is what Hanukkah remembers. So a lot of fried foods, and who doesn't love fried foods? Potato latkes and donuts and anything fried in oil is traditionally a Hanukkah food. So I hope that this book was a nice little informative look at why Hanukkah is celebrated still today by the Jewish people and why it is a wonderful thing, and we ought to remember it too with our Jewish brothers and sisters because we believe in the Torah and we are so glad that people upheld the study of the Torah and that it was preserved and is now our Old Testament. So I hope you enjoyed this and that you have a wonderful evening. Today we had 2 stories in one day, and tomorrow and the following days till Christmas we'll be back to 1 story a day. We'll see you again tomorrow. Good evening.